There's a single fruit that's likely sitting quietly in your kitchen. Yet, for men over 60, it's gradually lowering your testosterone, blocking your blood flow, and silently stealing your erections. You'd never guess it. In fact, most people still believe it supports heart health. But in my practice, I've witnessed men's lives shift dramatically simply by cutting this so-called healthy fruit out of their daily routine. I'm Dr. Jirag Mihai, helping older men regain their confidence, strength, and intimate vitality. And over, I've discovered a powerful reality. When men over 60 stop guessing and begin eating with intention, their bodies can react quickly. I share practical science-backed tips made just for you, so you never miss a chance to reclaim your vitality. Here's what no one shares. Not every fruit is a wise choice for aging men. Some fruits actually boost estrogen, cause an insulin spike, and reduce your nitric oxide, the molecule that keeps erections strong and healthy. On the other side, there are 4 humble fruits that actually support blood flow, spark testosterone, and naturally restore energy and intimacy. In this video, I'll guide you through the 4 fruits you must avoid after 60, and the 4 you should add to your diet every day if you're hoping to recover your vitality and confidence in the bedroom. And stay with me through the end, because the final fruit I'll discuss has helped several of my patients reverse years of erectile decline in only a few weeks. Before we get started, if you're a man over 60 truly committed to boosting your energy, blood flow, and confidence, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. I offer practical, science-based advice designed just for you. If this topic resonates, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0, so I know how to better assist you next time. Now, let's begin with the first fruit you ought to avoid, and it might catch you off guard. It's one that many men enjoy daily, without a second thought, yet it's quietly disturbing your hormones and weakening your circulation. Let's discuss grapes and why they aren't as harmless as they appear. Grapes, the hidden testosterone risk. Grapes are often considered a symbol of wellness, small, juicy, and packed with antioxidants. However, for men over 60, they may be causing more harm than benefit, particularly when eaten frequently and without regard to their source. Grapes are among the most heavily treated fruits in commercial farming. Unless certified organic, they commonly carry a mix of pesticides, many labeled as xenoestrogens. These synthetic substances act like estrogen in men's bodies. Here's where the trouble begins. When your system is filled with these estrogen-mimicking chemicals, they begin to compete with your natural testosterone. Over time, this can lower libido, increase belly fat, enlarge the prostate, and yes, lead to softer, weaker erections. Even more alarming, research reveals that pesticide residues on grapes can harm endocrine function and decrease sperm quality in aging men. One patient of mine, Alan, age 67, believed grapes helped him manage his blood pressure, but he was eating 2 handfuls daily, non-organic. When we took him out of his meals and focused on low estrogen fruits, his morning erections started to return. Within just 3 weeks, he felt more energized, slept better, and regained confidence he hadn't experienced in years. Grapes aren't evil by nature, but for older men with falling testosterone, even minor hormonal changes can have major effects. That's why I suggest reducing or avoiding grapes, unless they're organic and eaten only occasionally. And definitely skip grape juice. It's a sugar and pesticide overload that can wreck your health. Now, if grapes are a hidden hormone danger, wait until you see what's inside that innocent little fruit cup most seniors eat at breakfast. The next one is sweet, but dangerously deceptive. Canned fruit cocktails, the senior sugar trap. They're sold in tidy cups. They look bright, soft, and are easy to eat. For many men over 60, canned fruit cocktails are a regular breakfast or snack, sometimes eaten right along with morning pills. They seem harmless, even beneficial. But what most don't realize is these fruit cups are really a cleverly hidden sugar trap. Quietly, they're harming your blood vessels, hormones, and sexual performance. The real danger isn't just a fruit, but the syrup it sits in. Most canned fruit is soaked in high fructose corn syrup or concentrated juices, both high in simple sugars. When these sugars enter your system, especially first thing in the morning, they cause an insulin spike, inflame arteries, and drop your nitric oxide, the molecule you need for firm erections. High fructose corn syrup is also tied to fatty liver, increased estrogen, and reduced testosterone. So, the fruit you think is supporting healthy aging may actually be draining your strength from within. One of my patients, Raymond, age 72, had eaten fruit cocktails daily for years. He suffered from fatigue, brain fog, and lost all sexual desire. When we took away those cups and added real low-sugar fruits, his energy came back, and his intimate life slowly recovered. Even light syrup and no sugar-added versions can be misleading. The fruit has usually been stored in cans for months, often bleached, fiber removed, and chemically preserved. If you thought canned fruit cocktails were bad, the next fruit may shock you more, because it's fresh, popular, and widely praised for health. Yet for aging men, it could be quietly destroying your drive and edge. If you're finding this video helpful, type 1. Bananas. Yes, it's a hidden issue for some older men. Bananas are often one of the first fruits we learn to enjoy. They're soft, easy to grab, and advertised everywhere as a healthy snack. Yet, for men over 60, especially those facing low energy, weight gain, or intimacy struggles, bananas might be causing more harm than benefit. Sure, they provide potassium and a few useful nutrients, but bananas, especially the overripe, sweet types most people reach for, can trigger subtle, yet meaningful shifts in your body's chemistry. First, bananas are packed with simple sugars that rush into your bloodstream. This sparks a quick insulin spike. And whenever insulin rises, testosterone usually drops. Over time, these ongoing sugar bursts may lead to insulin resistance, extra weight, and slower metabolism, all of which directly hurt your ability to maintain firm, healthy erections. But there's another angle. Bananas also impact serotonin creation. While serotonin helps with mood balance, too much at the wrong moment can leave you feeling emotionally flat or drained. Several of my patients mentioned feeling sleepy, foggy, or emotionally numb after a banana-filled breakfast. For aging men, this emotional flatness often appears in the bedroom. Less excitement, weaker response, and lower sexual desire. Even the abundant tryptophan in bananas, known for encouraging calmness, can backfire if your aim is energy, alertness, and physical readiness. Simply put, bananas aren't always a man food they're made out to be. Naturally, not every man will react identically. But if you're past 60 and eating bananas daily, and you're seeing reduced drive, softer mornings, or emotional fatigue, you might want to reconsider. Still think dried fruits like raisins or dates are a better option. You want to know what they're actually doing to your testosterone before reaching for another handful. The truth could surprise you. For dried fruits, especially dates and raisins, they seem innocent. Just a few raisins here, a couple of dates there. Many men over 60 treat dried fruits as a smart snack, particularly when cutting back on sugary, processed treats. However, dried fruits are among the most misleading foods you can consume at this point in life. And if you're coping with low energy, weak circulation, or fading bedroom confidence, they could be making things worse without you even knowing it. Here's the issue. Dried fruits are intensely concentrated sources of sugar. Just 1 cup of raisins contains more sugar than a soda can. Unlike fresh fruits, these sugars are heavily condensed and stripped of the fiber that would normally slow absorption. That means your blood sugar rises quickly, your insulin shoots up, and your testosterone falls sharply as a result. It gets worse. Many packaged dried fruits are coated in vegetable oils to prevent sticking and preserved with sulfites to hold their color. These additives can hinder zinc absorption. And as any men's health expert will tell you, zinc is critical for testosterone, sperm quality, and erectile function. I've had patients say they snack on dates before bed, thinking they're making a smart decision. But what they didn't realize is Those dates were keeping their blood sugar high all night, blocking growth hormone release, and preventing testosterone from recovering during sleep. Dried fruit may taste sweet, but for aging men, it often brings a bitter path of hormonal imbalance and quiet damage. So, now that we've covered the 4 fruits that can sabotage your manhood after 60, let's change gears. Coming up next are 4 exceptional, underrated fruits I recommend to my patients. Ones that can reignite blood flow, increase testosterone, and bring your vitality back faster than you might expect. Pomegranate, the king of circulation. If there's one fruit I suggest almost universally to my male patients over 60, it's pomegranate. Not only is it tasty and refreshing, but it's also among the most potent natural tools we have for restoring blood flow and supporting testosterone. Here's why. Pomegranate is loaded with compounds known as punicalagins, powerful plant antioxidants that excel at lowering oxidative stress and improving the health of your blood vessels. This is important because your erections rely entirely on one thing: circulation. And pomegranate has been proven to enhance nitric oxide production, relax blood vessels, and allow for firmer, more consistent performance. In one clinical study, men who drank pomegranate juice daily saw clear improvements in erectile function and a noticeable boost in salivary testosterone after only a few weeks. These aren't just surface-level effects. We're talking about genuine hormonal and vascular support from a single fruit. I've seen men come to my office tired, discouraged, and convinced their best years were behind them. We cleaned up their diet, added real pomegranate, whether through a small glass of juice or a half cup of seeds, and in only 30 days, they reported more energy, stronger mornings, and a sense of restored confidence they thought had vanished for good. It's vital to pick 100% pure pomegranate juice, without any added sugar, or better yet, eat the fresh seeds, add them to your morning smoothie, or enjoy them plain. Either way, your body will respond. Now, while pomegranate boosts circulation, the next fruit works as a shield, protecting your testosterone from hidden damage while calming the very hormone that drains your drive. You've likely seen it at the store, but never realized its real power. Kiwi, the testosterone citrus. Kiwi may not be the most striking fruit in the produce aisle, but for men over 60, it's one of the most overlooked gems for hormonal health and performance. This little green fruit is loaded with vitamin C, sometimes even more than an orange, and that makes a bigger difference than most men know. Vitamin C is crucial for testosterone production, helping safeguard Leydig cells in the testes from oxidative stress. When those cells remain strong, so does your testosterone production. But kiwi offers even more. It provides actinidin, a natural enzyme that enhances digestion and nutrient uptake. Why is that important? Because as we grow older, our digestive power declines. And even if we eat well, we don't always absorb the nutrients we require. Kiwi helps fill that gap, ensuring essential minerals like zinc and magnesium, both vital for male performance, actually reach your bloodstream where they're needed. Additionally, kiwi has been shown to lower cortisol, the stress hormone that directly competes with testosterone. Multiple studies, including research from Japan, show that men who ate 2 kiwis daily for several weeks experienced improved sleep, lower blood pressure, and better emotional health, all crucial for restoring intimacy and vitality. I frequently advise my patients to eat the whole fruit, skin included. The skin is edible, rich in fiber, and delivers an added boost of nutrition. Just wash it thoroughly or choose organic. If the skin isn't appealing, that's perfectly fine. The inside alone is enough to start changing how your body feels. And if kiwi helps quiet the stress that holds back your manhood, the next fruit does the opposite. It energizes and activates the very molecule responsible for a firm, lasting erection. Most men aren't aware that this fruit functions like nature's answer to a blue pill. 3. Watermelon, nature's Viagra. Watermelon isn't just a classic summer treat. It's one of the most potent natural options older men can use to improve blood flow and erectile health. What sets watermelon apart is a natural compound called L-citrulline. Once inside your body, L-citrulline is transformed into L-arginine, which then aids in boosting nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is absolutely vital for erections. It's the molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax, widen, and let rich blood flow where it's needed most. Unlike synthetic medications that force this process and can carry risks for your heart and blood pressure, watermelon works with your body gently and naturally. Many of my patients in their late 60s and 70s who started eating watermelon regularly, especially on an empty stomach, notice firmer morning erections, more stamina, and improved energy during the day. It's hydrating, simple to digest, and naturally low in fat and sodium. To get the most benefit, eat fresh watermelon slices instead of store-bought juice, which usually contains added sugar. If you prefer to drink it, blend it yourself and include the white rind, the part right beneath, the skin, which contains the highest concentration of L-citrulline. Some men even add a bit of ginger or lemon juice for an extra performance boost. And remember, the goal isn't only a single strong moment. It's about creating lasting vascular health and hormonal support over time. Watermelon supports both. Now, while watermelon improves what moves through your body, the next fruit protects what's already inside your testosterone, your mind, and even your memory. It's small, dark, and powerful. Most men never realize it's the missing key to feeling mentally sharp and physically alive again. For blueberries, the hormone shield. Blueberries may be tiny, but for men over 60, they hide a powerful advantage. These deep blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, plant compounds that shield your blood vessels, lower inflammation, and guard your testosterone from hidden cellular harm. What makes blueberries especially useful is how they support both the mind and body, helping older men remain sharp, balanced, and physically engaged. As we age, oxidative stress becomes one of the top threats to male health. It harms the cells that produce testosterone, weakens blood vessel linings, and dulls nerve sensitivity. Blueberries act like nature's cleanup team. They neutralize those destructive free radicals and restore a healthier environment for your hormones to flourish. That means firmer erections, quicker recovery, and improved mental clarity. Numerous studies have found that consistent blueberry intake can improve insulin sensitivity, lessen brain fog, and even enhance memory, all closely linked to how confident and capable a man feels in his body. I often advise patients to begin their morning with half a cup of fresh blueberries. Whether they're tossed in Greek yogurt, blended in a smoothie, or eaten on their own, the benefits are clear. Over time, many men report sharper focus, stronger drive, and even a revived sense of connection in their relationships. Blueberries are also low in sugar and high in fiber, making them an ideal fruit for keeping hormonal balance throughout the day. They help control blood sugar, which preserves testosterone, and minimize mood crashes that can disrupt intimacy. Now that you've learned about the 4 restorative fruits that truly support a man's health, after 60, it's time to bring everything together. Because it's not just about what you avoid or what you eat. It's how you put all into action that matters most. Let me show you how. Putting it all together. So let's wrap it up. If you're a man over 60, the fruits you pick each day are more important than ever. Grapes can fruit bananas, and dried fruit may look harmless, but they quietly sap your testosterone and slow your blood flow. In contrast, pomegranate, kiwi, watermelon, and blueberries can revive your circulation, renew your energy, and safeguard your manhood. You don't need to be perfect, just consistent. Your body still knows how to be strong, confident, and vibrant. Give it the right support, and it will meet you one bite, one day, one choice at a time. I hope today's video gave you real, practical insight into how your food choices can either drain or rebuild your vitality after 60. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a tip that could protect your energy, manhood, and confidence. And I'd truly love to hear your thoughts, your questions, or even your personal experiences with these fruits. Drop a comment below. Your voice helps others and keeps this channel going strong. Lastly, don't keep this to yourself. Share this video with a friend, a brother, or a loved one who needs this knowledge. One simple change can make a world of difference.